Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Hey everybody, welcome to Philobox Comics. My name is Rich, and over the weekend I went to Comics and Coffee in Deep River, Connecticut. The owner, Adam, opened his store I think a little over 2 years ago, and this really has become my favorite local comic store. Well, it's 40 minutes away, so is that really local? Yeah, I think it is. I spent over 3.5 hours at his store, not just looking at comics, but hanging out, talking comics, talking movies, games, etc., etc. Let's roll the footage of my visit to Comics and Coffee. And up front here, we have all our 50% off books, where I have found a few already that I need for the old PC. We'll take a look and see what else we got.
I wasn't planning on it, but
I'm going Tuesday. I took the day off just for it because I've never been, and I've heard Brimfield is like the craziest flea market.
it's the world's largest.
It's actually the world's?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just the biggest in New England.
No, world's largest flea market. It's an entire farming town. No, that's not a flea market. That's technically the world's longest tag sale. But
It's the whole town is the flea market?
There will be booths set up outside of the town. When you're driving in, you'll see people like, stop here before you go to Brimfield, and they'll have stuff in their yard.
They have different, like, gated fields that are huge. Like,
You have to pay to get in fields too, I think I've heard?
Depending on which field it is
you
and
have
what
to pay
time
for
of
different
day. And
fields.
like,
It's all messed
if
up.
you're trying to get into Heart of the Mart, that's only open on Wednesdays. You got to pay to get into that. Unless
You
know
try
what
to
you're-
walk in backwards through the exit.
We convinced one of my buddies to try that.
Walking back.
Yeah. So he's like,
Slow. You gotta go
he's
real
doing this,
slow.
and the lady goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Huh?" And she goes, "Could you get out of here?" And he was like, "Oh, sorry." He's trying to blend in with the crowd, like,
Oh my goodness.
nah. Brimfield. We grew up going to Brimfield every year.
I've never been, and I'm looking forward to it. Also, it's going to be overwhelming.
Yeah, Brimfield's wild. There's a dude that's always set up there that's the music appraiser for Antiques Roadshow. And I used to sell him guitars. And I actually saw him at Terrificon. He was at Terrificon this year. I was like, "Oh, what's up, dude? I sold you this guitar like 20 years ago." And he's like, "Oh, I remember that guitar." You know?
I miss it, Terrificon. You were there Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I went.
It was a blast.
It was so crowded. I mean,
It was nuts. We
I
were
didn't
in
see
line for
anybody.
Eastman for 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for comics only.
I was in there just for signatures, really.
All right, everybody, we have a mega key here. This is Batman 181, the first appearance of Poison Ivy. And Adam said, "Hey, I bet you can't tell what's wrong with this book by looking at it." And I'm looking at the book, and I was like, all right, well, I see a couple water stains, which are obvious. Wouldn't be that. I'm looking at the spine, and I'm thinking the staples aren't there, but there's actually something else weird going on with this book. Would you mind sharing real quick?
So, my best guess is after opening up the book and taking a look, it was manufactured with one staple that at some point was removed, and at some point someone had this bound in a bound collection because the book is sewn together. What's even sadder is that it is complete. The pinup is in there as well, sewn to the centerfold, but it's still a cool book.
That's a great book, but oh, that hurts me hearing that story. All right, Adam has two long boxes of unpriced stuff. He said I could go through. Which check this out, custom artwork.
Yeah.
And he said, "Would you like to go through them?" And I said, "Sure."
I think you had one of the...
I've got this Spider-Man. I know I have a lot of these.
Yeah.
Or probably all of them.
Ask him, like, he goes, call Brian back, like, let him know I'm interested in any of the rest of the stuff you have in my portfolio.
This person really liked issue 390. Like really liked issue 390. This is weird. There's like doubles and triples of books. All right, I am missing an issue of Web of Spider-Man. It might actually be 114. I'm missing 2 issues of Web of Spider-Man. This is my list. Yes, I put stickers on my list. That's how I roll.
I think you'd be more interested in the original.
I'm missing 113.
I totally understand that one.
It's 114. I hope this goes in descending order. Come on, 113. No, it descended right past the book I needed. Hey, that's what's his head's first appearance? Shark Boy, Shark Man, Shark Head. I always disliked this movie with a passion. Because it sucked.
Yeah, I guess. I think like he didn't say no. He was just like not right now.
Spidey 275, good cover. His first appearance of Rose.
No, I got you.
I wonder if like 252 and some of the big ones are in here. Gentleman's the Protector. Good book.
No, I hear you. Well, let me ask you, what would be your bare minimum on that piece? Like, obviously above that auction.
Nice. Classic Alex Ross art. More, wow, more, wow. This guy's like me. Does he have a bunch of number 5s? Got a couple 5s and number 4.
All right.
There's 113. Now we are in the back room of comics. So many comics. Will I find anything I need? I don't know. For the Spider-Man lovers, Adam has an incredible collection of amazing Spider-Man back here. All reasonably priced. From modern to issues in the hundreds and everything in between. I've grabbed a few, just a lot of great stuff back here. Definitely worth checking out if you're working on an amazing Spider-Man run, which I am. In the back room, check it out, guys. 286 to 395, 397 to 454. Dan, 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 dan. It's Brett, baby. That's right. It's time for What's in the Box? What's in the Box? Comics. All right, let's start it off with some Bronze Age Amazing Spider-Man, starting with issue 142. And I just realized this as I had to film this a second time. I didn't realize Mysterio was holding his head in the air. And yes, it does have a store stamp on it, but it's also in his head. So that's in your head. Okay, I'm done. Spidey 154. Spidey 156, The Wedding of Betty Brant and Ned Leeds, and this is also the first appearance of Mirage. But I don't know where he is because I can't actually see him. Oh, yeah, I did that. Alright, moving right along. 3 more Amazing Spider-Mans. Issue 177 with the Green Goblin. Avenge me! No, alright. Sorry. Amazing Spider-Man 189, which... the direct editions, man, they didn't really put a lot of work into the UPC when they first started doing that, did they? And then 206. So with this purchase, I now have a full run of lease of issue 200 to 441. I think is the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I still need quite a few issues between 150 and 200 and a whole bunch under issue 100. But I'm getting there. We'll have at some point issue 150 to 441. We'll keep working backwards and then check off 100 and... yeah, okay. Black Panther number 13. And Captain America, which you saw in the video, issue 396, which gives the Philobox collection a run of like 282 to the last issue, 454. At some point, I'll finish that whole volume 1 of Captain America. We've got some Deadpool books, quite a few Deadpool books. Issue number 11, an homage to Amazing Fantasy 15. Deadpool number 13. I'm looking forward to reading this at some point. Deadpool number 16. We got more pool. More Deadpool. I just grabbed a whole bunch. Alright, whatever. Issue 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I don't think any of these are keys or minor keys, but I wanted to show those off. Anything really cool on one of the covers? Well, I think that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Oh, Deadpool, you silly pool. More Deadpools. A little story on this issue here I'm going to put in my lap. We have 22, 24, 25. I don't know how far I'll go in that run. I guess I'll try to finish it. I know some of the... that's kind of neat. I know some of the books near the end of the run get a little pricey, maybe because of the print run. There's some covers that are a little... there's some ladies on the covers that cause the value to go up. I blew it on my list. I already have this book. It's a cool cover. Not a duplicate I would keep, although it is Wolverine in his most gratuitous guest appearance ever, so maybe I should keep it. I already had it. Once in a blue moon, I buy duplicates. Believe it or not, I did it twice at Comics and Coffee on kind of a big book, bigger book too, which I'll show at the end of going through these. We have more Deadpools, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So just missing a few issues now between 1 and 32. Anything really crazy on the covers? I mean, that's actually kind of neat. We got a giant size Spider-Man #3 and Doc Savage. Who are they fighting there? The Menace from Beyond Time. I was going to say, who's this big giant dude in the background? I have no idea who that is. Great cover and a reprint of a book I have not read, actually, ever. This is a reprint of Avengers 2 and Daredevil 3, maybe? I'm not sure which one's the owl, but that's got to be Avengers 2 and Marvel Superheroes #23. Let's grab a couple books. We got Marvel Team Up #9, Spidey and Iron Man. Those reds really pop on that. I like that. Power Man and Iron Fist #57. This is an early appearance of the new X-Men team. And then books I always grab whenever I see them, especially if they're on the cheap. I think this was marked for $3. I don't remember. But Spidey Super Stories #30. That was Marvel Comics and the Electric Company. Really hard to find these in good condition because they were read by kids and rolled up, put in the back pocket. Maybe they hit somebody with the book. Whatever they were doing, they were not keeping the books in nice shape. We have a couple DC books, 3 DC books actually. Superboy #97. Whenever I can find an old Silver Age DC for $5 or less, if it's in nice shape, or at least decent shape, I try to pick it up. Superboy 163. What do you think's going on there? And I love old Superman books, especially 10 centers. This is issue 142, where apparently Clark Kent was playing Dungeons and Dragons and things went bad, and now he's getting dragoned, and Lois Lane's going to find out his secret identity. So that was a really cool book to pick up. I just love old 10-cent Supermans. And last but not least, you saw this, me going through one of the boxes, Web of Spider-Man #113. I need one issue now of Web of Spidey to have the whole run. Not including annuals. I'm missing a few annuals, but I need issue 37. All right, now the big book I bought at Adam's store. We did pick up an Amazing Spider-Man #26. In pretty nice shape, if I do say so myself. And I got home, and I'm updating my comic list, my comic Bible, if you will. If you've seen this in videos, this is a list literally of every comic book I own. I do have an electronic version, but I like to write it down in paper and pencil. That's just an old school way of doing it. My friend Ken does it that way, so it's just kind of our thing with our lists. So I'm looking at my list, and I'm like, wait a minute. Amazing Spider-Man 26, it says I already have it. I have this book? Yes, I do. And now I have 2. Not the worst book to have duplicates of. It's the first appearance of the Crime Master, I believe. I believe he also dies in the next book, but I have 2 now. The one I got from Adam is in much better shape. It does have weird staple placement, and I asked him, hey, is this an extra staple? We looked at the book. It wasn't. We looked on eBay. There's other books with the staple kind of off over the Green Goblin's head there, so that's just a Marvel thing in the 60s. But it presents pretty well. My issue I already had, looks like somebody took a bite out of the bottom, a whole bunch of Marvel chipping on the bottom of the book. There's a crease right there, and just some other issues on the book. So what will I do with it? The thought crossed my mind. Adam's really cool. Will they let me return this? Should I sell this? I'm just going to keep both. It's a Silver Age Spidey. We'll keep both for now. Maybe in the future, the lower grade book we'll trade that along for a different book if all of a sudden Marvel brings back Crime Master or whoever, and he's in a movie and it's a big key book, and I'm like, no, I don't need 2. Let's use it for something else. But I wish you guys could see the look on my face when I was like, I have this book. So before I get into the price and the breakdown, we have bonus footage. Adam had a mini-con, like a little Comic-Con, at his store in June, and it was an amazing sale. And I have footage of that sale and what I picked up from a prior channel, and I'd like to show that to you now. Comics and Coffee in Deep River, Connecticut hosted another mini-con, and the owner, Adam, had another great sale.
For our big, huge mini-con tomorrow, what we're going to do is anything in our bins in the back room, we're doing half off. That's right, 50% off anything in the back room here, in the bins.
In the bins. Nice save, Adam. I had 2 helpers with me this time. My girlfriend, as usual, she likes to go to these with me and do the treasure hunting thing. But also she brought along her nephew, and it was his first time ever, and not only a comic show, but at a comic book store. We had a bunch of fun. He had fun. I'm really glad he enjoyed his first time digging through comics. It was a great day. Let's roll the tape of MiniCon 2, The Search to Spend More Money. Comics and Coffee Comic-Con. Adam's having a huge sale, 75% off all his books up here. Normally 50% off, and then 50% off everything in the back. Let's start digging in. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Oh, I think I have this. Never mind.
That's over here. We have some local
I don't think these are 50% off. I think everything to the left. Kind of hard to pass up, right?
Pokemon cards in this case. Magic the Gathering in that case. All this stuff was from a different collection. All this stuff on top.
Okay.
So this is all.
It's first Venom. We have a bunch of those.
Got the slabs on the wall.
Slabs. Stabs.
Slabs.
Slabs.
Statues over in here.
I'm going to find something for the collection we really need.
There's only 10 in the world. Are you serious? Yeah. And I think that was the
Old Aquaman.
only 8.
That would be $5. That's a nice cover. I don't do Aquaman.
Pretty wild.
Okay, I'll set the dollar box and then make my way in. So you said Mike cleared out the dollar box 2 weeks back?
No.
We had that dollar sale down in the garage over there like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yes,
We
that.
had so many dollar books for that, it was insane.
Whatever sale you guys had where it was filled a short box for $25, that's the most I've ever bought in one.
We had so many
One
books.
spot.
That was where we got that huge collection.
Yep.
That was just massive.
That was massive.
And 122 longs, and he was like, should I get some more? And I was like, no.
Should I get some more?
No. I can't bag and board all this.
Is that your job, to bag and board everything?
At the time, yeah. Bag and board, help them out with pricing, and then shove it in the other room or wherever it has to go.
I have to get the Superman list open.
I know it's my new.
Now Scooby-Doo. Oof, World of Warcraft. Oof. World of Warcraft.
I'll tell you right now.
By the way, for those of you that play the game, I'm not hating. I'm just not my thing. So gauntlets. Wow. So this would be $2 for Infinity Gauntlet books. That's crazy.
I might give you a no-go on both those.
You got that one.
I might give you a no-go on both those. I'll tell you right now.
I'd rather have a straight knife.
I'll tell you what I've been getting a lot, hearing a lot. Oh, yeah.
Spine stress. Did they hire new people for models? They hit. I have what I call.
Some info about CGC, I think.
They gave me a 9.6 for spine stress.
It's the first Constructicons.
So.
I'm gonna tell you guys, back in the day, I would buy that book in a heartbeat. I already have like 4 copies, but I had a thing about repeatedly buying books I already have. And I'm trying to stop doing that. I really am. I need to stop. Get books I need, not books I already have in duplication or triplication. Like I just put back, I think I'm gonna put this back. I have this issue times 2. It's only $5, but I already have 2. Do I need a third? I don't. % off, and we've been digging and digging. I have half a short box so far. And look, I've got 2 helpers helping me out. Yay! You're on YouTube. Beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. It was supposed to rain all day. Comics and Coffee's Comic-Con. Beautiful weather. Found 2 lower to mid-grade Captain Americas I don't have. They're not priced, and they're 50% off, which means that dealer pays you to take them? Is that how that works?
Why don't you give me an...
What's in the box? What's in the box? Comic books. All right. Starting off, we have a pretty big stack of, actually really big stack of Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. And these are all mostly lowish to mid-grade, probably between 3 and 6s, maybe some a little better, maybe some slightly worse. They were all around $2 to $3 each. He was in the 50% off sale in the back room, so I grabbed a ton of books there. I only grabbed 3 books from the 75% off. Everything pretty much 50% off that you're seeing, and of course I'll give you the total of what I paid at the end. So we got Amazing Spider-Man number 110, Amazing Spider-Man number 112. Let me just move this so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Amazing Spider-Man 133. It's the Molten Man. Molten Man's first appearance of Spidey 28. That's a tough one with that black cover. The Shocker! Bleh. And these, by the way, the first 2 issues I showed you I did not have. These now are all condition upgrades. And I was like, you know, I brought the books to my comic room, one of the comic rooms. I'll do a tour at some point. And I was going through them. I was like, holy crap, these are all in better shape than the books I have. So I'm doing the swap-a-rooney. All right. What's going on here? Just saying. Little early Punisher appearance. Sort of early Punisher appearance. And then it stops at 187 with Captain America. So we got a ton of Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, it was cool. We really hit a home run on the Avengers. We got 5 Avengers books. I think my girlfriend's nephew found this one. Great Magneto cover. This is Avengers 110. I just got this book. It was at a great price after the 50% off. It was actually $10. It was like Avengers 112, the first appearance of Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, we'll take a copy that's better than the one I have. Avengers 122, Black Panther on the cover. First appearance of Hellcat, Avengers 144. Now this one was kind of beat up, but I think it was $1.50 or $2 after 50% off, and I was like, I don't have this book, why not? It's Avengers 181. It could definitely use a clean like nobody's business. Probably right now it's great as maybe a 4.0 at best, but I was like, for this price, absolutely. And these are great prices before the 50% off. They're just amazing, no pun intended, after the 50% off. Okay, we got a couple Captain Americas. First issue 130 with the Hulk on it. Oh, don't make me mad. And the porcupine. And Captain America 156. Now, you're going to see something weird on this book. First off, great cover. I think this is Silver Age Cap going against Golden Age Cap. But look up there on the top right of the book. There's a little sticker with a number on it. And when Adam took over the store, there were a lot of books with these stickers on there. Whoever's collection it was, that's how they inventory their comics. I don't know how much that affects the grade. The book itself is beautiful except for that. And I think this one's one of those ones that was half off, or it was half off. But after the half off, it was $1.50. I think it was marked $3. I'm like, you know what? I don't have this book. I don't. If it's that good of a deal, I don't care. And there are a couple more books with those on there. They're just so low price and books I need. Low grade's better than no grade. But I will upgrade grades if I get a chance. I have one word for you guys. Crumb! Conan the Barbarian, number 21. All right. We had a couple Daredevils. We have 98 and 109. Oh, it's a pretty cool cover. Daredevil flanks there. And Black Widow about to be thrown off the roof by... I don't know who that is. We have a couple Fantastic Four. Always love the covers where the Fantastic Four is fighting Galactus. And then a book I don't have and needed, we grabbed Fantastic Four number 211, the first appearance of Terex. Torax. And also an annual. My girlfriend found this one. Annual number 4. King size. Annual. He's busting out. I'm gonna break my rusty cage and run. All right, sorry. Hero for Hire number 15. We got a plethora. We got a huge stack of Iron Mans, and I did not have any of these except for one. Issue number 66 was an upgrade. The rest of these I didn't have. 2 out of the first 3 books have that little weird sticker thing on the front. We got Iron Man number 27. Suddenly the Smasher. You call me the Smasher. Then the guy from Over the Top. 35. 37. As I Lay Dying. That's a metal band, isn't it? That's a cool cover, issue 39. Getting shot in the back. You dirty son of a... 41. Enter the Slasher. This needs a press. You can see there's a bit of a weird, maybe subscription crease. It doesn't break the color, but it definitely needs a press. The Slasher. Fangor! Party time! Excellent! All right. 56. Number 64, he's fighting The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. That's cool. Number 66, Thor and Iron Man going head-to-head. Number 68. Number 69. Number 70, fighting Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen for some reason. And 72. So we got a ton. of silver, late silver, early Bronze Age Iron Man, trying to complete a run of issue 1 to 300. I got all the keys except for number 1. Yeah. I already had this book, but I mentioned if I saw a great deal, if I only had okay, so I'm trying to avoid tons of first appearances on modern books, and that would be anything from more or copper, late 80s to present. But older books, 60s, 70s, maybe early 80s, first appearances that are just too much of a bargain to pass up, I'm going to buy them, and I bought a book I already have. It's Iron Man number 118, the first appearance of James Rhodes, a.k.a. Rhodey, also becomes War Machine. Yeah, that's great condition. It was $10 after the discount, so I grabbed it. I was like, yes, I'll take another one of those. We got a Marvel team-up, number 7, Spidey and Thor. Moon Knight number 9. When I first grabbed this, real quick, I thought that was Black Panther. I was trying to read my Mike Tyson there. It's not. It's a character known as Midnight. Remember that character. Midnight. There's going to be a reason. All right, we got some Omega the Unknown, issue 1, 5, and 9. The first appearance of Omega the Unknown in his own book. Back when Marvel, a lot of times, the first issue was also the first appearance of the named character. The Shocker. Power Man. This was a really nice book, and it has the Marvel value stamp. This is Special Marvel Edition number 16, the first appearance of Midnight. After the 50% off, this was only $10. I was like, heck yeah, I don't have this book. It presents extremely well. Sign me up. We got a bunch of Thors. These were $5 each. I already had issue 167. Mine was absolutely beat to hell. Low grade's better than no grade, but if I get a chance to upgrade it on the cheap, so be it. And these were all after the discount, $5. They were all marked $10 with the half off. They were $5. So we got this one with Loki on the cover. That's 167. Then we got 170. 171 with the reverse bear hug. 172. Surprise, Jane Bossert. She's in that issue. Who cares? 174. Also grabbed 232 against Firelord. When I actually got home, I'm like, oh crap, is this the first appearance of Firelord? And this book was like $1.50? No, it's $2.25. This was an upgrade, X-Men 128. It does have a little bit of a roll in it. My version, or my copy that I had a lot of water staining on the back. I think it was part of a collection, so I was very happy to get rid of a water-stained copy for a clean copy. All right, that's the Marvel stuff. We're going to jump into some DC, and I don't mean douche chips. What? Inside joke. This is the oldest Batman book I have. Batman 177. This says, I never saw the menace yet that one Batman couldn't lick. Okay. And then the only new book, modern book, I think I bought while I was there was Batman number 40. I'm trying to work on the whole New 52 run by Snyder and company, and I think I need 2 more issues. I'd like to read it at some point, so grab that. I'm not a big Flash guy, but anytime I see the Reverse Flash Professor Zoom on there, heck yeah, I'm going to pick it up. So we grab that. We got Shazam sitting on a toilet. I'm sorry, sitting in a rocking chair holding a kind of weird cover. It's drawn, but then you have like real people. I think those are real people. Yeah, that's a photo spliced in there. With him actually, oh, I just realized that's him with the girl holding a copy of the book that there. It's just one of those loops of them holding, the book. I grabbed a ton of Silver Age Superman because I'm working on a run of issue 150 to 423. I still think I need maybe about 50 or 60 books. Silver Age Superman usually can be found fairly on the cheap. Sure, maybe they don't have much resale value. I'm not looking to resell it one iota. I love Christopher Reeve's Superman. I want to now work on the original Superman run. I'm not a big Action Comics guy. I wanted to say Superman on the top, not Action Comics. So we grabbed 150, 151, 152, 159. Some of these covers are just so ridiculous. They make me laugh. This is 161. And apparently this is like a small minor key. It's the first published death of Mon Pa Kent, I believe I read. Christmas Superman. I mean, they're just so ridiculous. Superman's got to write his real name down. This is issue 178. Issue 180, Superman's getting thrown around by some babes. Issue 185. What is Superman's hand in right there? And the last one is 251, where he's going to fight John Carpenter's The Thing. It also has one of those weird sticker things on the top. So grabbed a bunch of Silver Age Superman. And in the last book I grabbed, a little beat up, World's Finest 198. I owned issue 199. 199 is the second part of the story. 198 is the first part with the Superman racing racing the Flash. When they race, I love it. I can't wait to read this. As you can see, looks like somebody got hungry and took a bite out of the bottom corner. So at best, maybe a 2, 2.5. But still, low grade better than no grade. So be it, Jedi. All right, I have some duplicates to show you. Quite a few dupes. So I ended up grabbing another Amazing Spider 133. Grabbed 2 of those for whatever reason. And it was cheap. 218. These early Bronze Age Spideys were all like around $2. I was like, maybe the condition upgrades. I grabbed 2 of one by accident. We grabbed Daredevil 30. This has been claimed by my buddy Ken. He's like, I need that book. Beautiful, awesome Thor versus Daredevil cover. I grabbed a whole bunch of G.I. Joes from issue 135 to 142. And I have all these, but these were high number G.I. Joes at a great price. They were all priced at like $3 each. And half up they were $1.50. I'm like, high number G.I. Joes for $1.50? Not the highest numbers in the 150s, but the print run on these, from what I understand, is kind of low. And none of these were condition upgrades. But my buddy Ken needs 4 out of these issues, and he needs 142, which I grabbed 2 of, so I'm going to make sure I send him his way. We'll do a trade at some point. Check the condition upgrade. It's not Marvel Premiere number 20, early Iron Fist, also going again. And then I screwed up looking at my list. I thought I had Shazam 2 to 3, and then 7. I needed 4, 5, 6. No, my handwriting sucks. It said 2 to 5, so that was a dupe. Finally get to the point of what did I pay for everything. The total came up to, after the 75% off 3 Superman books I grabbed and everything else was 50% off, it came up to $252. I figured he might knock a few bucks off, maybe like $240, whatever, because I buy stuff there. Gave me everything for $200. As you saw, guys, I came out with some great comics at great prices and an incredible deal when it was all said and done. But I wanted to show you that footage so you can also see the awesomeness at Adam's store, but also so you could compare it with my recent visit, which there was no sale. Time for the breakdown. All right, everybody's favorite part, what did you pay? Well, the stickered price for everything total was $350. I left the store paying $220. No sale, just a great deal from Adam. And I think what he did was 40% off the back room, and $100 for the Spider-Man book. I had $200 in the box. That makes $120 plus $100, $220. You get the math is mathing. Now, I will say part of that discount was being a longtime customer and being considered a friend of the store. But I gotta say, Adam's a terrific local comic store owner. Makes you feel welcome there. When my girlfriend's gone with me, she feels welcome there, which is important to me. When she brought her nephew, he felt welcome there. Very important to me. And he will work with you within reason on the price of a book when he can. But he's still going to make a profit. He's got a business to run and a family to support. So don't go in there saying, hey, I saw you on Philobox Comics. He says you do great deals. Can I get this $100 book for $10? Don't be ridiculous. He's really seriously, guys. If you haven't checked them out, it's a great store. Comics, Pokemon, video games, coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I can't sit here and say that that's a great part of the store as well, because I don't engage in any type of coffee, tea, any of that stuff. However, my girlfriend does, and when I was at the store, she texted me she was going to get a dirty chai because she knew I was at Comics and Coffee, and was like, you know what, I'm going to go get something for myself. Half hour later, I get a text, please tell Adam I got a dirty chai, and it made me sad because it's not even in the same league as his. He knows his comics, he knows his coffee. So if you haven't checked out Comics and Coffee in Deep River, check them out. It's worth the visit. Maybe tell them Rich sent you. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? Drop a comment down below. Who is your favorite local comic store where you live, and why? What's great about them? Do they make you feel welcome? Do you have a lot of fun there? Can you just hang out all day and realize, wow, I've been here so many hours, I gotta get going. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to become part of the Fill a Box community. Till next time, keep on filling the box.